Real Madrid's master plan might have just failed. There's just 1 week left in the transfer market, so in today's news, we cover all the latest rumors, break down what could be happening behind the scenes at Real Madrid, and rank this weekend's top 5 goals, which Bruno will definitely not be a part of. Bro started beefing with the referee after he accidentally bumped into him before taking his penalty, and then proceeded to send that thing to Turkey for a kebab. The thing is, United's whole front three are getting flamed on Twitter after the draw against Fulham, but if I'm being real, I do think they're going to end up being a very solid team this season. All United need is a player like Baleba, and with just 1 week left in the transfer market, now is the time. The player they're actually in negotiations for is young goalkeeper Saad Lemons. He's already playing for the senior Belgian national team at 23 years old, so he is a baller. Everton got the W this weekend in their new stadium and now have agreed a deal to sign Tottenham target Tyler Dibbling in a total package worth around £40 million. Tottenham, on the other hand, are still struggling in the market. As you probably saw, Nico Paz rejected them. He had a nasty assist this weekend and a great goal, which made the top 5, which we'll get to later, but Tottenham did have a €70 million package rejected by Como for him. He also wants to end up at Real Madrid, who have that buyback clause next summer. Deals that have gone through, though, are Gio Reyna to Mönchengladbach, Renato Sanchez to Panathinaikos, and Arsenal signing a 16-year-old for a record Irish deal. He'll join the club in 2027 January. Victor Boniface's move to AC Milan fell through due to a medical. Apparently, he actually did have 2 ACL tears earlier on in his career. I'm not sure if that's actually why, but he did end up posting this on his Instagram story, calling people clowns, which people thought was about the transfer. However, these leaked DMs of him talking to Fabrizio, which I guess could be fake. I don't know how to verify it, but it seems real. He was basically telling Fabrizio, who reposted that image, that it wasn't about the transfer, but it was about Nigerian media he wasn't happy with. AC Milan have now moved on to Conrad Harder this week, hijacking a move from Rennes. Wolves are also signing a new striker from La Liga. Porto are pushing hard to sign Jakub Kiviar from Arsenal, which I expect to happen now. And I also kind of expect Donnarumma to join City. That's just my guess, but the two clubs are in negotiations right now. I'm not too sure about Savinho, but it is being said Spurs are growing confident. They're readying a bid of around €75 million for him this week. The thing is, if I were them, I would make a serious push to sign Rodrigo, because if Real Madrid had a plan, it backfired this weekend. Now, I don't know if this was the plan, but benching Vinny to start Rodrigo in his favored position against a newly promoted side just 1 week before the transfer window closes, that isn't a bad idea to try to raise the value of a player. I mean, I guess Rodrigo could have trained hard that week and totally deserved it, or it could have just been squad rotation and Vinny getting a rest. But if it was a transfer plan, it failed because Rodrigo was not happy being taken off in the 60th minute. Reports were coming out that Vinny wasn't happy being put on the bench, and him getting 1 goal and 1 assist does not help Rodrigo's value. Honestly, whatever it was this weekend, I do just hope Rodrigo leaves. Just as a football fan, I want to see him be the man at a club. Anyways, the player that could end up replacing him in a year's time is Nico Paz, and he shares the number 5 spot for best goal of the weekend this week. I put him next to Heung-min Son because both of them scored similar yet nasty free kicks. Pedri's could be even higher than this, but I just put him at number 4. It was a great goal. Eric Smith getting St. Pauli level with Dortmund 3-3 in the 89th minute was crazy, so I put him number 3. By the way, in that match, Joe Bellingham got taken off at halftime, and his dad, who also represents him, was not happy about it, so after the match, he went to the tunnel and started speaking to the sporting director, which the club was not happy about, and reiterated in a statement that only players, team staff, and management can go into the tunnel after matches, not family or anything. Anyways, at number 2, I put Garner's strike for Everton. I feel like that's just such an easy strike to mess up, and he hit it so cleanly. The power was crazy. Giroud scoring a match winner in the 91st minute deserves like an honorable mention or a shout out or something, but number 1 this week has to be Lucas Paqueta. What a strike. And then Chelsea just battered West Ham. Anyways, bro, this week is going to be just so busy, so if you want to stay up to date, just come back tomorrow.